this nice neutral position to start with, ribs pulled down, legs lined up, and you're gonna step out. We're gonna turn those toes out, we're gonna pull those abs in. We're gonna come into a plie. Think about sliding down an imaginary wall, not sticking your booty out behind you. And we're just gonna come up and down. We're gonna add on, we're gonna come up, lift those heels, come down, press your heels down and come up. So we go up, we sit down, heels down and up. And then if you want to add some arms to that, beautiful. Last two like this. Last one, come down, stay down, heels come down. A little Egyptian move here, just heels raising. Keep that going. Four, three, two, we're gonna come up and we'll tap and swing. Make it a little bicep curl here. Step touch. In a moment, we'll take 2 steps to the right in 4, 3, 2. As always, feel free to add a single hamstring curl on the end if you want. Stay in your hamstring only. Back to that bicep curl. Keep the biceps going. Bring the knees in front, hands go in front. Point those toes. Press up to the ceiling. Good. Keep those hands up. Pull it down. Be strong here, as if you're doing a lat pull. The last few weeks, we've been focusing a lot on that upper area, top of the spine, where if you let it go, it gets rounded. So think about keeping extended through there. Good. We're gonna up and over. Crisscross that knee. In a moment, we'll stay on the right and double time it. 4, 3, 2, here you go. One more. Last one. Step it out, roll those shoulders up on those toes, come down and stay on those toes if you want, or bring the heels down. Back to those port de bras arms. Last 2. Last one. Tap. Roll those shoulders. Step touch, bicep curl. In a moment, we'll go to the left in 4, 3, 2 left. Hamstring if you want. Stay here, hamstrings. Bicep curl. Turn that into a knee lift, point those toes. Press the ceiling. Hold it up. Pull down. Good. Up and over. Crisscross. In a moment, we'll stay on the left and double time in 4, 3. Here we go. Last 2. Step it out again. Bend the knees. Roll it forward, rounding that spine and extending, rounding and extending. Take your left shoulder, drop it in, look over your right. Go the other way for me, please. And first side. And second. Good, back to center. Roll those shoulders out of your ears. Wiggle your feet apart. We have a set of push-ups, wide arms, wide legs. Bring it out. Shift that weight forward so your hips aren't tight. And here you go. You're halfway there. Good. Tip it back. Walk it back a little bit. Hang out for a moment. Good. Walk those feet in. Go to your chair. You can leave the ball in the chair for now. Sit forward. Hands are to the side. We have a set of dips. Shoulders back and down. Scoop those hips in front and slide them down the chair. More challenging is to move your feet forward without letting the hips come forward. So keep those hips back. Last one, stay down. Stay here, just hold 4, 3, 2, and 1. Ouch! Shake those hands out. Give those wrists a little bit of love. All right. Let's come on up. We're going to grab that chair. We're going to start with those inner thigh and quad focuses. Foci. Bring your feet into parallel. Roll up on those toes. And then we're coming down. As you come down, those knees come forward. You're not sticking that booty out. Squeeze the ball. Squeeze. So you go to your maximum bend in your knees, but not so much you feel it in your knees. And squeeze. Good. Now keep squeezing. Come up. 4, 3, 2, 1. Come down. 4, 3, 2, 1. Up. 4, 3, 2, and down. 4, 3, 2. Keep that going. Up and down. If you want to add little hip swing, feel free. If that makes your knees feel like, don't do that. Good. Next time you come down, stay down. Squeeze. 4, 3, 2, hold. Squeeze it as hard as you can. Lower your heels. Lift your heels. Lift and lower. Knees are squeezing, or thighs are squeezing in on that ball. Heels are lifting. Last two. Last one. Bring that up. Shake it out for a second. We're going to take that ball behind your right leg. Line yourself up without having the right knee in front, right? So scoop that right knee so it's slightly behind the left knee, and then bend the left knee. So you're not crooked like that. Tuck that tailbone under, flex through the right heel, and push the leg back. Just push it back. Good. Keep that knee behind. Last two. The last one, leave it back there. Squeeze it, squeeze, squeeze. Hamstring curl. Four, 3, 2. We'll put those together. Push back, squeeze in. Push and squeeze. Push and squeeze. Last two. The last one. Leave that leg where it is. Again, make sure that knee isn't in front of the left. We're going to flare it to the side. that left knee bent. Good. Gentle pressure or no pressure on that chair. Two more. Leave that leg up there in that fire hydrant. Squeeze, squeeze, hamstring curl. Notice if your knee is starting to droop down. And gently bring that down. Fall in the chair. Give that leg a little bit of love. So right foot in front and off to the side, turned out. Bend your left knee a lot so you can find a flat back position. If you're rounded, you'll be missing that stretch. So really stick that tailbone up and then roll those toes up and down a couple times. Good. Let's bring that up and take that leg across the left. Stick that booty out. Roll it under and stick it out. And we'll stand up and we'll switch sides. So ball behind that left leg. We want to put the left knee behind the right and we'll bend that right knee so their bone stays long. Flex to the heel and simply push back. Two more. Good, leave it back there. Pulse, hamstring curl. Keep it going. Good, we'll put those together. Push back, squeeze in. Push and squeeze. Push and squeeze. Keep that going. Good, last few. Hold it back there for a moment, and then bring those legs side by side, and we flare fire hydrant. Notice if your weight is uneven on those hands, see if you can even up, and instead of therefore making the arms do the work, make all those intrinsic muscles and those obliques do the work to stabilize. Last two here. The last one, lift it up and squeeze. Very nice. Bring that down. Left leg is going to step out and towards the front. In the right knee. Roll those toes up. Elongate the spine. Try not to round. Toes are just going to lift up and down. Nice. Bring it up. Cross that left over the right. Beautiful. Bring it up. All right. We're going to do another set of push-ups. We're going to use the ball, but we're going to not make it in an unstable environment. Unstable environment with the push-up would really challenge your shoulders. What we are going to do, if you want, is to hold it just in front of your ankles. So that's going to bring those feet closer together, right? Just a little, extra sensation here. So I'm really on my tippy toes because of that. Oh, by the way, start please if you did not. Nice. Come down, scoot back so you're on the ball. So you can center that ball and you can choose. You can keep it under just your left glute or you can center it. Right leg is part of the way out, not straight in front, not as far as it'll go. Shoulders up, back and down, elongate through the spine. Point and flex through that right quad. Good. Now let's do it with the leg off the ground. Point and flex. You get to bring that leg down. No, we're not done. Shoulders out of your ears, lift it up again, keep the toe pointed, lift an inch with control. And bring it down. Flex through the heel, toes back towards your face, abs in, sit as tall as you can, and lift again off the ground and then in another inch. And bring it down. Point the toe, lift it off the ground, give me a small bend and reach. Now, balancing on the ball will give you a little more challenge, but if you find that you shrink, then don't do it. You can put your leg back down, sorry. Last one, flex through the heel, toes back towards your face, press. And relax. All you're gonna do is take that leg behind you so the knee is behind your hip and then drop over onto your elbow. You give you a really nice stretch through your hip flexor and your quad. If you want to add on, you can sweep that arm up and over to the back, and then back down in front and tuck the rib in the hip as you come up. And switch that ball. Again, if you had it in midline, that's fine, but for that other little challenge, you bring it underneath the right leg. Left leg is off to the side, sitting up nice and tall, point and flex while the foot is on the ground. Oh, this is so present. Right, all right, bring it off the ground, same thing, point and flex. Keep it going, and bring it down for moments. Point the toe again, lift it up, and we lift another inch. When we bring it down, we flex through the heel and we lift. And we bring it down. We point it, we lift it up, we bend and stretch. And we bring it down. Last one, toes flex back, heel presses, we lift and press. All right. Woo, that leg comes behind you, knee behind the hip. Feel that stretch. And then you can sweep it up into the back and then tuck rib and hip together to come up. All right, we have another set of push-ups, but these are the Pilates type push-ups. And you can decide if you want to use that ball again. If you didn't really like that, you could do something as simple as squeezing it between your thighs to keep your hips, your knees, and your ankles in alignment. So remember with those Pilates push-ups, hands are just going to be shoulder distance apart. And when we do that push-up, our elbows come backwards, right? Bend and straighten. Head in line with the spine. Good, press it back. Walk, hands to feet or feet to hands. Bend the knees, hands on your thighs, round and extend. Bring it on up. Shoulders out of your ears. Grab your chair again, please. All right, this time, we're coming with that ball between our legs, but we're going to bring our heels together. So come up. Make sure when you're on your tippy toes, your heels are touching. So squeeze them together, squeeze the ball, bend the knees outwards, don't let the heels separate, but especially don't let them separate when you come up. Whatever you want with your arms. Heels stay together, tailbone is long, back of the neck is long. Last two. Last one, zip it up. Stand here, squeeze ball, squeeze, squeeze. Nice job. 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right. We're back having that ball behind our right leg. We're going to squeeze the knees together, right? So as if you just have a single leg. Make sure the right leg is not ahead of the left. Sit down into the left leg a little bit, hamstring curl. So the reason I have those legs zipped up is so you're going to feel this a little more medially, right? Closer legs inside of the legs. And maybe you feel it already. I do. Last two, last one. Well, that wasn't so bad. Same thing, other leg, I'm just gonna turn. You guys know what you're doing, knees are together. Standing leg bends, other leg, squirrel, curl. I said squirrel. Flex through the heel. Check that tailbone, make sure it's tucked under. Abs are pulled in. Keep going. Three, two, and one. All right, relax that. Okay. Fall back behind the right leg again. We're going to go long spine this time. So I want you to lengthen your body out so that your head can come between your arms unless you get dizzy easily, right? You're going to need to bend that left knee a lot so that you can drop into this. So your spine is not rounded, right? So squeeze your shoulder blades together, lengthen your tailbone. Point the toe this time. Poke a hole in the ceiling. Notice if your leg is veering out to the right and be aware of that. And don't forget. And it's just up, it's not all the way down. Your standing leg should be feeling this too. A lot. Leave that leg up there with the toe pointed. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Little quick hamstring curls. Four, three, two. Woo, bring that up. We'll stretch that in a minute. Take that ball behind the opposite leg, left leg I hope. Bend your right knee. Long spine. Point your left toes. And that leg goes higher, not coming into your peripheral vision. Keep the right knee bent the whole time. Last two. Last one. Point the toes, squeeze, squeeze. Three, two, and one. Ooh, bring that up. All right. So first, you're going to take the right leg in front of the left of the ankle. Go to the right and stick your left hip out. And then go the other way. Nice. Uncross that leg. Crisscross the other way at the ankle. Go to your left. Hip shoots to the opposite side. And then go the other way. Nice. All right. Right leg crosses over the left. Press the leg open. And then sit into it. Tailbone nice and long. Woo. Pushing that leg open. You should really feel this. But notice if your other hip is wanting to twist forward. Be aware of that. Round the hips under. Shoot them out behind you. Round them under. Shoot them out behind you. Stand it up. Opposite leg. Sit into it and press that leg open. Round those hips under. Stick them out again. Round them under. Stick them out. Bring that up. Roll those shoulders up, back, and down. All right. We're going to head down to the ground. You're going to need to bring your ball with you, please. So calm down. Bring your ball, please. All right. So we're going to start sitting on that ball again with your hands facing forward. shoulders out of your ears. And then you're just gonna roll forward enough that you're not really on the ball anymore, but look at your shoulders. And if they rolled forward, I need you to squeeze them back. And we're just doing a little hamstring dip, or excuse me, tricep dip. You're squeezing the ball and then coming off of it. And you may be able to walk your feet farther than normal, right? You might even be able to straighten them out. By the way, I realize this is gonna be really small, right? Because of that ball. But you're just playing with squeezing. To me, it's sort of the front of the ball, if that makes sense. If you would be all the way up, you would probably get no range of motion. But make sure that you're bending and straightening the arm, not just cheating by lifting the hips like that, which I was starting to do. So it's just going to be that last degree. I should just try and do one class all in rhyme. Wouldn't that be a fun time? I know that one was easy. But that's us, nice and breezy. Last one, I'm sorry. I don't know what's going on here. One arm forward, pull back on that wrist, flip it the other way, and then light fist, pull back. And then finally flip the palm up to the sky and down, and with a nice straight arm, pull back. We'll do the other side, hand down, palm up. Gentle fist, pull down, and then we flip and pull back. All right, shake that out. We're going to go right into a bridge, get a little more booty work. So as you roll down, you're going to put both feet on that ball. And for a little more challenge, instead of rolling it back, roll it a little. Feet are kind of on an angle, heels are down and toes are up. So I don't know what that angle is, but it's different than having my heels right underneath me. If you can, zip up your thighs, pull your abs in, press into your hands to lift up. Now you should feel those glutes and hamstrings a little bit more. You could play with lifting one arm at a time, maybe lifting them both, or you can roll the ball forward, all 10 toes come off, and roll it back till your arch is on it. So a little bit of hamstring work here. And then pull it back. And now you're going to lift your hips farther up, lift them up, lift them up, lift them up. 2 more, lift, hold there, bring your hips down, take a quick little break, just hug those knees in. And then roll the ball, listen up. It's going to be under your left gastroc, your calf muscle, right? Not all the way down. Close, it is close to your ankle, right? Okay, right leg is going to come up for now. The first thing I want you to do is flex the left heel and push against the ball. And that's all I'm asking you to do at first. And then when you're ready, you're going to lift the hip off the ground and push down, push down, push down. So it's very subtle, isometric, but you should feel it in the back of your left leg into your glute, even into your low back. So I'm pushing down. It looks like I'm lifting my right leg, but I'm pushing down with my left. 2 more and relax. All right, ball goes over to your right calf down towards your Achilles. And all you're going to do to start with, extend that left leg up, flex your right heel and press down on the ball, and start to get where you're going to feel that back of the hamstring, into your glutes, maybe into your low back, but more so when you lift up. And then press down on the ball, down on the ball, down on the ball, down on the ball. My hips are moving a little bit, right? And my leg is moving, but it's only because I'm pushing down with my right heel. And relax. Whew. All right. We will be back to a little more bridge work in a minute, but for now, bring that ball between your knees and let's hug those knees in for a nice low back stretch. Maybe draw some circles on the ceiling. Both ways. And then feet are going to be together. So because of that ball, we have a little bit of turnout here, a little bit of that froggy position. Back of the neck is long. If you have a tendency to have your chin jut up, roll that mat a little bit so that it's toward the top of your head to bring your chin down. Hands by your sides. Deep breath in. Exhale, belly button pulls in. Inhale, toe touch exercise. Option to make it a toe touch, or froggy feet, make it a heel tap. Take it nice and slow as you bring those legs back up. Make sure it's with control. Now, if you want to make this more challenging, you're going to roll the ball up towards your ankles or shins, and you're going to make long lever, right? So you're going to make it double leg lower. If you want to add on a little bonus, you squeeze at the bottom before you come up. If you feel that more in your low back, go back to bent knee, but give it that squeeze at the bottom. Right, so if you're doing the bent knee, you probably want to move that ball back between your knees. You're going to do 4 more. And then whether you have bent knees or long legs, you're going to hold at your most challenging spot and squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Good, keep going, squeeze, 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 and relax. Just hold on to the ball for a second. Feet are wider than your mat. Drop your left knee in and your right knee open. Little passive hip flexor stretch for that left side. And then right leg drops in, left leg drops open. Again, passive hip flexor down your IT band and your quad. One more time, left in, right out. And last time, left knee drops out, right knee drops in. Nice, and there we are back to center. Oh, it's time for another set of bridges. Single leg this time. So let's roll that ball under your left foot. And again, for more challenge, you roll the ball ahead of you so that your toes are up and your heels are down. All right, easy option is just roll that ball in and out, right? Do that lifted, a little more challenge, no arms, la la la. And then finally, most challenge, I would put your hands back down on the ground, is going to be to lift that right leg up. And then you may or may not want to roll the ball in and out. You could do that, or you could lift and lower, totally up to you, or you could lift, lower, roll in and out. You decide which one works for you. Keep it going for me, please. And relax. All right, we have another side to do. So roll that ball underneath your right foot. And again, for that added love, roll it forward so your toes are up and your heel is down. Option 1, roll in and out. Roll in and out with no hands, hips lifted. Most challenge is to lift that other leg. And then again, you can lift and lower, or you can roll in and out. You can do a combination, lift, lower, roll in, out. You decide what works best for you. Keep that going for me, please. And I feel like y'all are even. Come on, Pam. All right, let's take a quick moment, bring that ball behind the right leg. Just give it a hug in, maybe reach down with your right hand and grab those right toes. Give the foot a little love, some movement. And then we'll go ball behind the left leg. And same thing, reach for that left big toe. You can do the easy version, letting that knee be outside of your arm. There we go. All right. Okay. So I think we're on to some ab work now. We did those leg lowers, and now I just want you to focus for a moment. Now, as always, it depends on what's going on with this ball. If you can sink your abs so that the ball can sit in that valley, that's great. If that doesn't happen, you might bring the ball to your ribs, and then you want to do that same thing. I'm going to move it down here. All right, and then you're going to try, just have that awareness of keeping the ball in place, lift the legs tabletop. But by the way, the ball doesn't get to rest against the thighs. So find out where that is, sink that belly button. And then once again, well, I have major issues here. Once again, some toe touch or double leg lower. If your ball is being completely uncooperative, put the tiniest bit of pressure on it, but enough so that you still have to use the abs to keep that awareness, right? But I don't know. Keep it going. All right, one last set, and that means we're going to bridge up and put the ball underneath our tailbone this time. You want to put it in a place that it gives you that pelvic tilt, right? So it's not under your low back, it's down past your sacrum towards your tailbone, depending on how big that ball is, and then legs in tabletop. And now you can try that single leg tap, but the most challenge would be to lift your arms off the ground. And then you might feel, oh, okay, I understand. I'm going back to single leg. Or maybe you do double leg. I'm traveling. And you can do it with long legs. So you choose. All right, and finally, we're done with that. So bridge up, and you're gonna roll over onto your side, please. We're gonna do a side plank series here, and the first one, you're gonna put that ball between your legs. It might be way up here at your thighs, it could be calf, it could be down at your ankles. You can play with that, right? Stack your feet up, stack your hips up, get this shoulder back, out of your ears, lots of space, use those lats, and come up in your side plank. And then your challenge is to squeeze the ball down, but not let the hip react. So you're gonna squeeze down, squeeze down, squeeze down, squeeze down. Keep that going. And relax. So that is plank number one. Plank number two, we're gonna put that ball after we come up somewhere where it barely touches us. And then we press, just a little compression and lift, compress and lift. And come down. All right, option three will be the balance, right? So if the balance doesn't work for you, you can go back to either of those two previous ones. If you want to do the balance, you're going to put your bottom leg on first, leave a lot of space for your top foot. So my bottom leg is kind of under the ankle, but top foot is quite engaged. Lift yourself up and then try to straighten out your legs and lift your arm. And then stay up as long as you would like on that side. Good, good, good. And then let's come on down and switch over to the other side. So again, ball goes ankles, calves, or thighs, you choose. I folded my mat up for a little extra cushioning under the elbow. Feel free to do that. Push the shoulder back, lift up out of it, create space between the ears and shoulders. And then you want to come up in your side plank. And then as you press down with the top leg, you don't want to react in that bottom hip, right? So you want to keep that bottom hip nice and strong. And then gently down. I missed the gently part on that. And then our next side plank, we come up and we put that ball, again, where it's barely touching some part of our body. And then we gently compress or caress and compress and lift and lower. Yes, I know that rhymes. And then gently down. Again, stick with one of those. If the balance option doesn't work for you, you want to do the balance option, bottom ankle on first, then all of the top foot, and then you come up in your side plank, Try and straighten out those legs if you can. When you're ready, you will gently come down and you're going to meet me on your abs with that ball out in front of you for starters, please. So hopefully you guys can see. I've got a lot of chairs here, huh? Arms are out in front and on the ball. So the first thing I want you to do is stretch those legs long by pointing the toes, putting the toenails on the ground, and then lifting the kneecaps so the quads are engaged. Feet together is awesome. If they need to be hip distance, that's fine. Deep breath in. On the exhale, push down on the ball just to lift yourself up. Notice where your head is. Try not to have it hanging nor hyperextended. So nod yes. And then that area between your shoulder blades, squeeze it together, and that should lift you a little higher. But a lot of that lift came from the upper back, not the lower back. And relax down. Deep breath in. Exhale, press down on the ball. Inhale, squeeze those shoulder blades together to lift a little higher. Keep those quads engaged. And exhale down. Inhale. Exhale to press down. Inhale to squeeze back and lift. And exhale down. And keep it going. Press down, squeeze back, hold, and down. And let's relax. Bend your knees and put that ball between your ankles, and you can windshield wiper for a moment. And then stretch the legs out. Point your toes, and the ball might be on the ground, no big deal. Squeeze those ankles together, and now that should engage those quads and inner thighs. Upper body is going to stay down for now. I want you to think about your thighs, not just your lower leg, and lift your thighs off the ground. And then from there, squeeze in, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And relax. Deep breath in. Exhale, lift that lower body. Squeeze, 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 and relax. Cutting that in half. Deep breath in. Lift those legs. Squeeze for 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. And lift again and squeeze for 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. And now we cut that in half. Lift and squeeze for 2. Relax. Lift and squeeze for 2. Down. One more time for 2. And then just lift, squeeze, and down. Lift, squeeze, and down. Last time, lift, squeeze, and down. And then we're going to press back. Let those hips sit on that ball if that's comfortable for you. Pressing back, resting position. Good. And then we're going to come up. We're going to bring that ball underneath where your belly button will land. Prop your elbows under your shoulders. Roll those shoulders out of your ears. Nice little arch here in your back, but supported, so your low back shouldn't be feeling this. When you're ready, tuck your toes. Press yourself up into a plank. And then gently roll the ball forward and back without smashing it, right? So just gentle movement, just like that, not flat tiring that ball. Flat tiring, huh? We think that, Nutmeg? Yeah, that's what I thought. All right, you can continue. If you want to do the balance on your plank, same thing, will be on our forearms, hands apart, feet are on the ball, ankles or fronts of the toes, and then you lift yourself up. If you choose to do that, you could also pike and then park your plank. Pike a little and park your plank. Totally up to you. If you're doing the pike and plank, try 4 more. If you're just holding your plank, you have 8 seconds. All right, and come on down. Okay, we are heading over to stretch time. So bring your knees in with the ball behind both knees. Just hug them in and let them move away. So as you hug them in, your tailbone rolls up. As you let them move away, your tailbone rolls down. And then do that same thing, but bring the knees to the right and down to center, and again to the right, curling them up and center, and one more time to the right and down and center. And then we'll curl up and over to the left and let them move away. Up and over to the left and let them move away. And one more time, up and over to the left. And then just make that a nice circle, one in each direction. And then finally, just put the left foot on the ground and hug that right knee in. So you'll remember we did that stretch before where we grabbed the big toe. So this time, see if you can put your arm on the outside of the leg. And if that simply doesn't work for you, if that creates craziness, you can put your elbow on the inside of your leg. So you might be grabbing your big toe, you might grab all 10 toes or 5 toes, or 10 if you have them over there. All right, and then from there, I just want you to flex the foot up, and you're gonna roll that ball up with the other hand, and then just move it off to the side. So we're holding on, and you might let that right leg go to the right a little bit, and let the left leg drop open. And point and flex. If you're holding lower, you might rotate your ankle, and then put the ball back and hug that knee in while you stretch out the left leg. Flex that left heel, bring that right leg towards your left shoulder. Start to feel that stretch in your outer hip. And then if you want a little IT band, you just roll the ball up, turn the toe in, and get more going on in that calf and that outer hip. And then finally, put the ball on that side, bend the right knee, and let it rest on the ball. Or if you don't feel like you need that, pull the ball out of the way for a deeper twist. And then as you come back through center, crisscross, so we're in that thread the needle position. Lift everything up, press your right leg open, and then maybe put the ball behind the left hamstring, flex and point and rotate that left ankle. And then we'll bend both knees, keep the ball behind the left, and hug those knees in. Maybe take some rocks side to side, arms into a T, knees drop left. And then nice and easy, back through center, right foot on the ground. Look at that, the ball is where we need it for the left foot. And again, you're gonna reach for that left big toe. If you need to come on the inside, if you can, go on the outside. And then we will roll that ball up the leg. And if you don't need it, bring it out. And then leg to the side, right leg opens, point and flex. If you need to, grab the ankle and just rotate. Nice. Ball behind that knee again. Stretch the right leg out. Bring that leg part of the way across till you start to feel that stretch in the outside of that left hip. And then again, you can roll that ball up and feel a little more stretch by turning the toe in so you get some calf and some outer hip. You can bring that ball back behind the leg to go into a twist. You can put the ball there if you want for some more support, or if you don't need it, just let yourself go in that full twist. And then we'll roll back through center into our thread the needle, bend the right knee, thread the needle, grab the ball if you can, flex and point through that right foot, push that left one open. Good, and then close down with the right leg, crisscross, applesauce, and gently rock. And then finally that T position again, knees drop right. And you can just leave the ball over to the side, roll back through center. You have options. We're going to meet hands and knees. You could rock side to side until you roll onto your side. If you want to roll like a ball, you can do that, or you can put your feet on the ground and roll up. You could even extend those legs into a roll up, but here we are on our hands and knees anyway. All right, so let's undulate our cat-cow, coming forward in that cow and rounding back in that cat. Nice, and then we'll just press up into a high plank and shift back. Maybe pedal those feet out a little bit. Walk wide, walk back, nod yes and shake no. Bend the knees, hands on the thighs. Exhale to round, cat, inhale, cow. We have curtsies. We have curtsies. Nutmeg thanks you, as you can see. See, there she is. There's our favorite.